Everybody asleep in the world. They're saying it's barely 7 o'clock. The sun ain't even all the way up yet. What are you doing on live? Oh, I got one person in here. Who in here? Randy. What up, Randy? The world is asleep, Randy. Somebody else in here. You can't be asleep. The wealthy wake up early. I'm telling you, you cannot be asleep. How y'all doing this morning? Let me see something. Let me see if I can see y'all in the chat. Let me see. All right, man. I just wanted to say good morning to y'all. We here wrapping up Fort Lauderdale, man, Monday morning, and just wanted to say, man, this was a beautiful weekend, man. Obviously, I thought, honestly, I thought we was gonna talk about business this weekend, right? Man, we ain't talking about no business this weekend. Sometimes just let the energy flow and freestyle. Sometimes you just need to woosah. And everybody was really just in a state of joy because you're in such, luxury. So people was just in a state of joy. And I think that alone was enough to go back home and be motivated to be able to stay in luxury for an entire weekend, to know what it's like to, experience wealth, wealthy living, fine food, fun. That should be enough to get you off your ass. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyway, man, I actually interviewed the doctor who owns this house, and don't be afraid to look for opportunity. I keep saying that. I'll be like, let me take this off this because it's yellow now. So I'll be like, hey, I say, not to sound weird or strange, but can I interview you? Because the group that's here are all here because we are studying wealth, right? We're studying wealth. And she was like, oh, sure, I would love to. So I was able to interview her. And I'm like, what are the things that you do? What's your number one rule of, for wealth? And we talking about a doctor who came to the United States like at 17, had children, never gave up on her dream, became a psychologist, is a psychologist, and foreigner from Baghdad. So you can imagine what that stereotype is like going through that. But she couldn't get past the word persistence was the key for her, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's dope. Because for us, I call that Saturn consciousness, right? That ability to be disciplined, that ability to wake up. Man, we got like alligators jumping in the water or something. That ability to wake up, get focused, do it over and over again, and nail that thing out till you get to the goal. So her whole thing was persistence, man. And I'm in agreement, you know what I mean? We got to see the target, but I also think that we got to go at a speed that's, we need to be exhausted at the end of the day, putting that work in, seriously, you know what I mean? Especially if you behind the ball. Like, I feel like I'm behind the ball. That's why I'm such a fanatic of where I'm at right now, where when 40 kicked in for me, like over a year ago, it was like, shit, man, half my life is over. Like, fuck, what the fuck did I do in 40 years where I don't have this? Like, I don't own this. You know what I'm saying? I don't own it. What did I do in 40 years? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck did I do? So I became like super duper disgusted, and I had to do something about it. That's how disgusted I was. And so I asked people like, do you like your financial situation? No. Are you disgusted? Some people would say, no, I'm not disgusted. I'm just mad. And I don't think that's going to be enough to change the situation. You can not like something. It's a lot of shit that we don't like, but we go through it anyway. But you got when you disgusted with something, you don't play with disgust. You don't live in disgust. Disgust is like a no-no, right? And that's how it has to be with your financial situation if you don't like it. Even people that got a goal that's, they on their goal, they're not disgusted, but they're on their goal. I'm gonna tell you secretly they are disgusted. That's why they so locked into their goal, because they don't like their current situation. That's why they locked in and they're changing where they're going, right? So this morning, anything's possible, man. Like, how was I able to, like, this shit costs a few $1,000s to do it, to pull it off. And I had to put mines up first to make it happen, to even initiate the deal. And I'm just looking back on the steps and I'm like, shit, that was easy. Like, became disgusted. And in that disgust, I started to change the way I dealt with my money. That's very important. Changing the way that you deal with your paper. A lot of people think they don't have enough money. Here's a test. Do this for yourself, man, right? Hey, peace. Do this for yourself. Trust me. Today, I want you to do this. Today. I want you to calculate how much money you bring in every month on a monthly basis. Then I want you to calculate all of your bills. Even put the miscellaneous for the Walmart, the Family Dollar runs and stuff. Put a budget for the miscellaneous. Add it up. And then I want you to take what you bring in minus, if you are in that situation, minus your expenses equals what's left over. We're in September now, damn near October. I want you to take what's left over. If it's $1,000 a month, then you should have $9,000 because we're in the 9th month. So I want you to compare what you have left over times how many months we are in a year times 9. That's how much money that you should have, okay? And you're gonna see something. I promise you. You're gonna see some shit. You're gonna see that somewhere along the line, you cannot justify where the money is. And yet you think it's going to be in front of you. Trust me. Please do this. Do this assignment. They be shook when they do it. This is because we're so grossly disconnected with our finances that there's a big gap and discrepancy that's right there. Do it. And when you do it and you notice it, do me a favor. Please call me or come back to the video and comment and say it and just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you ain't got to say the number, but just be like, God damn, right, I should have more money. I cannot justify where it's at. Uncle Sam says, listen, I want X amount of percent of your check before you get it. Even heard Grant say, if you get a tax refund, that's a prime indication that you're an idiot. And I was like, damn, that's deep. I understand that. You know why? Because he's saying it's a refund. That means you overpaid. It ain't like there's giving you know how black folks be viewing taxes? Yeah, I get my taxes when I get my taxes, as if it's like a gift. Man, that's your money that you overpaid, silly, because you're not paying attention to your own finances. This whole year, you're already struggling for the most part, and then you got the audacity to be overpaying somebody. You're an idiot. So I understood that, right? So do that quick homework assignment on your money. Calculate how much money you have left at the end of the month, and then times it by 9, because we're in the 9th month right now, and see if you can see a gap. Even if you think you're not making no money, you need to take a portion of your money, and you need to be able to park that stuff. So I don't care if it's $20 a person, right? I don't care if it's $20 a week. I don't care. See, what makes you think that you can ever get to a bigger amount of money when every single thing that you have done up until this point has not worked for you? something's wrong. So thinking that you don't have no money and you're not disciplining yourself to even get in the mindset to even set the stage for you to put something up for yourself, right? Because you think it's little, it's gonna take too long. What can $100 a month do? In a whole year, I'm only gonna have $1,200. Okay, that's fine. But I'm gonna tell you what'll happen. The moment that you shift and you start doing that, because money is energy, this weird thing starts to happen as if something is watching you. And then all of a sudden, more money opportunities come to you because you change your mindset and your physical practice with the money. I'm telling you, I experienced it firsthand. It's the whole reason why we're able to be here this weekend. All right. So be persistent, do that homework assignment, come back and comment on that. And then I want to be able to help you out. I even had to help my brother out with this thing, right? I said, Jew, I'm looking at some things. Where the money at? I gotta be spending it in miscellaneous, man, because it ain't like I'm going out doing ooh woo woo. And he's right. But see, all of the miscellaneous is beating that ass. So I said, this is what you have to do different, because this is what I did. And he saw it. He said, shit, man. We had to itemize, and he saw where he can. Now it's like, nailing that thing. Nailing that thing. Watch what I do with Minister Jew in 1 year. This time next year, September next year, watch. 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 Okay? And so, anyway, man, happy Monday. I'm about to get up out of here, go back to the grind. You know, like places like this, I'm still thinking about work. I'm looking at real estate. I'm doing no, like I'm still working. It never turns off for me. And that's how passionate I am. You got to become freaking obsessed, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with being obsessed. You got to become a maniac with the shit that you do, because Michael Jordan was a maniac. All the greats become maniacs in what they do. So whatever it is in your lane don't mean you got to be popular, right? Because I'm not popular, but I'm a maniac in my space, right? And I want to be a maniac towards my goals so I can get to my desired goal. All right. So anyway, I got to get up out of here, man. Got a nice journey in front of me and whatnot. Y'all have a great week. I'll see y'all in the middle of the week. Please do that homework assignment. Come back and comment. If you think you need some help and you want to bounce some ideas, call me this week. Call me at the end of the week, Thursday, Friday. Give me a buzz. All right. It's free to call me, man. Just call me and we can chop it up, and I can tell you what I think the best approach is and see if we can come together and do some business. Next year, be here with us. And then also, I'm gonna give you a heads up, the spring equinox in March, I'm going back skydiving. Because we know Will Smith skydiving, but I did that. I did a group in Florida right here. When was that? 2015, March of 2015. But I didn't make that trip. Jew came and he jumped out the plane and the whole crew jumped out. So I'm giving y'all a heads up. That's what's on my mind. Release Your Fear Part 2, because the first one was called Release Your Fear. But also, not only release your fear, imagine your target, your goal is on the earth, and you're that super sperm light speed soul that's jumping out of airplane, zoom, coming down into the goal, incarnating that thing, man. Release the fear, because the fear suppresses you and holds you back. So jump out of the plane towards your goal. That's my thinking. All right. So with that, peace.